you may have noticed some new colors on the schedule board. These relate to appointment records. You can also see them in the legend. Now, a common problem that schedulers have is that availability information can be scattered across different tools. You have bookings showing up in the schedule board. You had appointments being created in Customer Service Hub or through the field service timeline, for instance, and those were not being shown up on the schedule board unless you were using a legacy feature, which we've deprecated now, which was to create a booking for an appointment and then show that, because the schedule board was only showing bookings. But now you don't have to use that feature, and that feature had its own issues because, if you say made changes in bookings, and the changes in the appointments couldn't happen, and vice versa. There were several issues there. So now we directly integrate appointments, Dataverse appointments into Outlook. Dataverse appointments can be not just the ones created in Dynamics, but if you are using Power Platform's server-side synchronization, then you can manually track certain Outlook appointments by, there's a track to Dynamics 365 category that shows up in Outlook. And then if you track from Outlook, then they will come in the appointments Dataverse entity, and then they will also show here. So now your dispatcher doesn't have to look at Outlook, have to look at the service calendar, and have to look at the field service schedule board. They just look at the schedule board and they are seeing information from various places integrated in one place. So appointments that are busy and completed will be treated as unavailable for scheduling. So you won't be able to schedule over those. Appointments cannot be moved on the schedule board because, for instance, you wouldn't want a dispatcher moving somebody's, say, Outlook appointment that they set. So we disable that and it's read only. And then if you try to do it, you will get a message. The appointment's going to be moved. Let's take a look at how we set this up. So you'll have to go into settings. You'll have to go to scheduling parameters, and it's a simple setting here. You just have to switch it to yes. When you turn it to yes, you'll get an informational dialog as well. And just click yes, click save. And then this will turn it on for all resources. But if you would like to opt out certain resources, you don't want to show their appointments on the schedule board and not have them considered in scheduling, then you can simply go to the resource, a particular resource, and you can go to the scheduling tab and you'll see this field. This field is only visible if the field in schedule, the org level field in scheduling parameters was on. So if that was yes, then you will see it at the resource level as well. It's by default yes, but you can turn it to no. And opt out certain resources. You can do a bulk edit for a number of resources, and that way you will have control. Now, once you have set it up, let's actually create an appointment. So, and let's see it surface on the schedule board. So here I'm going to do sync with Datum Corporation, and I'm going to say, so John is the person who's logged in right now. He's actually adding Brandon as required. Let's just say this is later in the day, maybe 4 to 4:30, and let's save it. And now let's go to our schedule board. And here you go. The sync with datum that we just created at 4 p.m. is showing up on the schedule board because we turned it on at the resource level, and turning it on at the resource level turned it on for all, at the org level, which turned it on for all resources. Now let's take a look at how scheduling respects it. So for Wave 1 2021, If you have resource scheduling optimization, then all of the resource scheduling optimization the embedded optimizer calls will respect it. So for instance, I'm doing a suggest, and this is calling the embedded optimizer. And you will note that it doesn't schedule around, it schedules around the appointments. It doesn't schedule over them. So this suggestion was, for instance, not coming here. And another thing you can do is to see this in the batch mode. So if you've got an RSO schedule and you want to run it, you set up a schedule, you run, and then I've already pre-ran one, and you can see here a little bit more clearly that these were appointments, the ones in red, and it has scheduled around these. So this is the way that you can have appointment scheduling appointments respected in resource scheduling. And one question that we might have is like, if you use find availability from the old schedule board. So the find availability APIs, that support has been added. So if you want to call the find availability APIs yourself with appointments, you could do that. And we will be bringing find availability appointments with find availability to the new schedule board in wave 2. And in that case, if you are a non-RSO customer and you want the scheduling APIs to respect it, then note that you should be able to do that in wave 2, 2021.